Good. Hello there, Kenyon. How are you doing today on a Sunday? And greetings to Ben. Live from the house that Ruth built. Yes, indeed, it is Spokane Steve here, and it's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. 1966 replay. We're on May the 25th. We're going to finish up a short two-game series between the California Angels at the New York Yankees. The Angels won the first game. So we've got the underachieving Angels at 14-22. And we have the the train wreck, okay? That's the train wreck that is the 66 Yankees in this replay, 9-26. Welcome to Ken Castro. I call this the football broadcast. Usually a little bit smaller crowd due to the football games. But that's fine. I found that a lot of the regulars still appreciate the Sunday game. And of course, with me not doing a Saturday game most weeks, I want to play at least 6 games a week. Okay, so yeah. And there's Ken. Hi, Ken. Good pitching matchup indeed, Kenyon. Yes, it is. Couple of things to get out of the way here. First of all, I've had some conversation with Bob Cole in the messages, and I've made a slight adjustment to the ejection chart. The roles will remain the same, but we're going to ignore the ejection role in 2 instances. 1, if the pitcher is throwing a no-hitter. 2, if the pitcher is throwing a shutout and leads by 4+. The thinking there is, I assume most of you guys really love the well-pitched complete game as much or almost as much as I do. This discussion was triggered by a game earlier in the week where Steve Barber was ejected from the game. And there was really no reason for him to be throwing at a hitter then. Of course, this rule would not have protected Barber. He had allowed 1 run. He's forgotten the rules. Basically, it's a 20D on a 1 on a hit by pitch. Then we roll the ejection chart. But what Bob was concerned about, and I agree, is what if you had a pitcher pitching a perfect game and then the ejection comes up? Well, we don't want that. Or a no-hitter for that matter. The other change is, recently I started fooling around with the super advanced cutoff rule for taking the extra base. That's a great rule if you're playing somebody else, but for solitaire, it's just too many different things to think about. So I'm going to be using a method proposed by Bill Ivany. And what he does is, when a runner's going to first or third, if you throw for the runner and he's safe, the back runner advances only if his running rating is equal to or better than the 20-sided rule. Okay, for example, runner scoring 1 through 15, he rolls a 14, and the back runner is a 1 through 12. He does not take the extra base. The main reason I went to the super advanced cutoff was to prevent a lot of slow runners. Okay, you got a runner on first, Frank Howard singles, you're stretching it for third. Would Howard automatically take second? I would say in real life, no. He's much too slow. So there will be cases where he does. Say the rolls in an 8 or less. plus or minus the, is he doing the plus or minus or just the running rating? Just keep it simple. The running rating will apply to the trail runner in this case. I actually only used the super advanced cutoff for probably maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks at the most. And I just found it way too cumbersome. On the other hand, the basic cutoff lets too many slow runners take extra bases that are, to me, there's too many of them and it's not realistic. So I think Bill's rule is simple and more or less accomplishes what I'm trying to accomplish. Plus it's much easier when you're playing solitaire. So with that out of the way, we'll look at the starters for today's game. So I try to focus these old weary eyes in. Let me play with the lighting. I might want the brighter light today. Boy, none of those are easy to read for me today. I'm going to settle on that one. Right-hander Dean Chance goes for the Angels. Lefty Gentleman Al Downing. So 2 good pitchers. Downing, you guys know, a favorite of mine. Let's look at their replay numbers here. Chance 5-4 with a 3.99 ERA so far. He has 2 complete games. Both were shutouts. For Downing, 2-2 with a 4.89 ERA. This is his 7th start. He has 1 complete game, and that was a shutout. And with that, let's get you the Angels lineup, and we'll get underway. Jimmy Pearsall will lead it off in right. Jim Fregosi at shortstop. Rick Reichart is in left field. Joe Adcock at first base hitting cleanup. Frank Malzone gets the start at third base. Jose Cardinal in center. Bobby Knopp at second base moves down to the 7th spot. Bob Buck Rogers does the catching and Chance the pitcher. The Yankees defensively have Howard behind the plate, Pepitone, Richardson, Boyer, and Tresh in the infield, and White, Mantle, and Maris in the outfield. So pretty much the regular everyday lineup for the Yankees at this point. And let's get her underway here. Welcome to Jeffrey and Thomas. Okay, umpire says play ball. Downing's ready to go. Up steps Jimmy Pearsall, who's 10 for 29 so far, a 345 average in part-time play. Does not have a home run. Downing with the pitch. It's going to be a 1-9 left-handed, and Pearsall promptly bangs a seeing eye ground ball right through and up the middle into center for a single. Leadoff single for Pearsall. Not a threat to run. Let's check the Yankee battery. Downing with a fine -4 hold. Howard is 0. In case you're wondering, that would make Pearsall a 9. He's not going anywhere. And the batter will be Jim Fregosi. Fregosi, the leading hitter on the team with enough qualifying at bats. He's batting .318, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. Exactly, Jeffrey. You've got it exactly. Anyhow, I'm going to try that for a while. That was suggested on your channel, if you remember, by Bill Livemy, and I liked it. We were discussing that yesterday morning before I had to leave and go visit my mom. Okay, Downing checks the runner, now from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Fregosi. That's going to be a 4-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. Tough chance for Tresh. Tresh, a 3E23. Dives towards the line on a 1. He can't get to it. That's down the line for a single. There goes Pearsall rounding, and he'll end up at third base. And just like that, the Angels have him on the corners with nobody out. Alrighty, it's Rick Reichart now. First and third, nobody out. Reichart hitting .290. 9 home runs, 19 RBIs. The 9 home runs among the league leaders. Infield double play depth. Here's the pitch from Downing. That's going to be a 5-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Huge strikeout there for Downing. 1 down. Now a ground ball can get him out of the inning. Here's Adcock. Adcock, of course, oh my goodness, just look at that threes column against a lefty. Adcock on the season so far hitting just .226, 4 homers, a dozen RBIs. Downing from the stretch. That's going to be a 1-6. Called strike 3. Oh, umpire rings him up. Adcock shaking his head as he walks away. So with runners at the corners and nobody out, Downing fans Reichart and Adcock. Now it'll be Frank Malzone. Malzone, 286, just 4 for 14 in limited duty. Well, then, Jeffrey, then you're doing the super advanced cutoff, essentially, and that's what I'm trying to get away from. In other words, if you're going to do that, you may as well just go all the way and do the super advanced cutoff, at least in my opinion. Here's Downing's pitch to Malzone. It's a 5-8 right-handed fly ball to center. That's playable for Mantle. He glides under it and makes the catch to retire the side, and the Angels strand a pair. After half an inning, California nothing. New York coming to bat against Dean Chance. Oh, that was some nifty pitching there by Downing to get out of that first and third nobody out jam. And now here's the Yankee lineup. Roy White in left field leads it off. Bobby Richardson at second base. The Mickey Mantle in center field. Joe Pepitone at first base hitting cleanup. Tom Tresh is at third. Roger Maris in right field. Clete Boyer, the shortstop. Elston Howard behind the dish hits eighth. And Downing rounds it out. The Angels have Buck Rogers catching. Adcock, Knopp, Fregosi, and Malzone around the infield, with Reichart, Cardinal, and Pearsall left to right in the outfield. Chance ready to go here. Up steps White. White batting .250, 4 homers, a dozen RBIs. Switch hitting hitter will bat left-handed against Chance. And here's the windup and the pitch. That's a 3-9 right-handed. A little comebacker to Chance. He flags it. Throws over to Adcock, 1 away. Hope everyone's had a great weekend so far. I had a good visit yesterday. Been watching a lot of Strat stuff lately. I watched the replay of baseball demos. Game 1 of the 79 World Series on Inside Pitch. Looks like an interesting game. Oh, it's not going to replace Strat-O-Matic, at least not in my book, but I am intrigued. Here's Bobby Richardson with 1 down. Hitting .291, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. Chance into the windup. That's a 3-7 righty. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Fregosi plays it on a hop. Takes a moment, double clutches, and fires to Adcock for the second out of the inning. That was a good game, wasn't it? Here's the Mick. Mantle has his average up to .263 now. 6 homers, 16 RBIs. Batting lefty against Dean Chance. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 3-3. Called strike 3. Plate umpire rings up Mantle. 1-2-3 go the Yankees in the first. And we're scoreless after an inning. Oh, that'll be fun. Jeffrey Guterman has the 1968 unboxing scheduled sometime for tomorrow. I assume that means that you got a UPS notification that the set will arrive tomorrow. Heck, if that was coming to me, I'd never make it because my deliveries get here so late. At that point, I'd have to put it off till the next day, but more power to you. I'll be looking for it. I considered 68. when I was picking a season, I considered 68, 66, 63, 65. So you already had 62 and 69 covered. FedEx, gotcha. To the second inning we go. Jose Cardinal will start things off for the Angels. Cardinal hitting just .203 so far, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Much better card than a .203 hitter. Cardinal trying to get his season going as Downing goes into the windup. The pitch is a 3-3 and he walks him. Leadoff walk to Cardinal. Cardinal with great speed. Let's check the Yankee battery again now. 4. That would make Cardinal a 13 not held. That's always a tough one for me. I'm going to make it easy. Scoreless game. The Yankees are going to hold him on, making him an 11. That's going to bring up Knopp. Knopp's average has dropped down to 210. 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Downing out of the stretch. The pitch is a 3-8 left-handed. Called strike 3. That's right, Bill Valentine rings him up. And here's Bob Buck Rogers, switch hitter, batting right-handed. Rogers on the season just .211, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Downing working from the stretch. It's a 1-9 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to left field. Roy White backing up a bit. He's there, and he flags it for the second out. That'll bring up Chance, the pitcher, right-handed batter. Downing from the stretch on a 1-4, swung on and missed strike 3. Chance looks overmatched there. Not surprisingly, a one-hitting pitcher against Al Downing. And for Gentleman Al, that's his 4th strikeout of the game, and we're only in the second inning. No runs, no hits, a man left for the Angels. .152 Ks in 200 innings in real life that year for Downing. Chance getting ready to work the bottom of the inning. He'll be facing Pepitone, Tresh, and Maris. Joe Pepitone hitting .263. 4 home runs, a team-leading 22 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Chance with the pitch. That's going to be a 2-6 righty. It's a triple to 3, and would you look at that? It's over the first base bag down in the corner. Pearsall chasing it around, bounces it around in the corner. Pepitone rounds. Pearsall juggles just for a moment. Pepitone going for third, and he is in there with the daily triple. Oh, what an exciting play. 2-6 righty, triple to 3. He rolls the 3. And Joe Pepitone standing at third base with nobody out. We're going to roll for inner back. It's early. Normally, I play back early. Now we're going to play back. It's still early. Infield is back. Just try to stay out of the big inning, the thinking there. Tom Tresh on the season, hitting just .183. He does lead the Cleve. He leads the club with 7 home runs, has 21 RBIs. Left-handed hitter, Chance comes in with a 4-6. It's a ground ball to second base. That'll get the run in. Knopp playing back. His only play is to first, and Pepitone will score the game's first run. It is 1-0 New York. That could work. For now, I'm going to stick with the as written by Bill Ivemy version. We'll see how it goes. It's a compromise between, well, I've already covered that. the basic rule is, of course, if you throw for the lead runner, the trail runner automatically advances. This at least prevents that from happening every time with a slower runner. Okay, here's Maris with one down. Maris' season has really been a struggle so far. He's hitting just 171, just 2 home runs, 17 RBIs. Chance into the windup. The pitch to Maris is a 3-5 right-handed. Struck him out, called strike 3. Maris doesn't like it. That's the second K for Chance. And the batter will be Cleet Boyer. Boyer at 236, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. The pitch from Chance is a 6-9 right-handed. Fly ball into straightaway center. Cardinal barely has to move, and he squeezes it for the final out. The Yankees get a run on a hit. Nobody left on. After 2 innings of play, it is 1-0 New York. And bear with me just a second. I've got a fan on somewhere. It's driving me nuts. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but I sure could. Okay. We go to the third, 1-0 New York. Top of the order for the Angels. Pearsall will start things off. He singled his first time up. Downing gets his sign from Elston Howard. Here's the pitch to Jimmy. It's a 6-6 right-handed, triple to 2, just misses it on a 3, and he'll settle for a long single. So Pearsall just missed a bid for a triple to 3. Pepitone, of course, got one in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Fregosi, 1 for 1 on the day. That's going to be a 110 left-handed. He pops him up on the right side. It will be Pepitone making the play. And that's the first out. That'll bring up Reichart. Rick Reichart struck out his first time against Al Downing. Downing from the stretch. The pitch to Reichart is a 110 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. White going back. It is gone. Home run, Rick Reichart, and Reichart can touch them all. A 2-run blast gives the Angels the lead. Let's take another look at it. 110 lefty, no doubt about that one. And for Reichart, his 10th home run of the season. Holy cow. Let's take a look at that now. Let me pull up the league stats here for a moment. Bear with me, I just want to see this. League leader, that's his 10th. Frank Robinson, Jackie Warner, and Willie Horton all have 11. Reichardt's 10th homer brings him into a tie with Boog Powell, who also has 10. Sitting at 9 are Kurt Blefary, Rocky Colavito. That'll bring up Adcock. Adcock struck out his first time against Downing. Downing from the full windup now. The pitch to Adcock on a 6-4 righty is a fly to shallow center field. Mantle coming on fast. Underhand grab. Nice play, Mantle, to retire Adcock. He had to reach down and basket that one. Probably would have been an easy play for a younger Mantle. And here's Malzone with 2 down. Malzone 0 for 1. Downing throws up a 6-6, triple to 2. That's going to be a base hit up the middle for Malzone. Third Angel hit of the inning. Malzone, no threat to run. Very slow. And here's Cardinal. Downing from the stretch. Comes in there with a 2-6, a double to 2, and he gets it on the 1. Holy cow. Double into left field, an open double. Malzone can try to score on that with 2 down. He's only a 1 through 9 runner, however. The play is to left, so he's a 9-11. White a +2, 13. They're going to send him with 2 outs, 1 to 13. The throw to the plate, 9. He scores. And Cardinal, a 17 runner under the new rule, he takes third on the play. That makes sense. So an RBI double for Cardinal makes it 3-1 Angels. Downing looked impressive for his first 2 innings, but he's been cuffed around a bit here in the third. And there's Franklin. What's that, Franklin, now? Darn it, Franklin, you've lost me again. Okay, here's Cannot. Runner at third, 2 down. The pitch from Downing is a 3-9. Struck him out. Cannot goes down on strikes for the second time today. That will do it in the third, but the Angels score 3 on 4 hits and leave a man. And they lead it 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. Stan, how did Stan Musial get into this? All right, hang on now. Now you got me curious. Musial's last year was 1963. Bottom of the third we go. Howard, Downing, and White due for the Yankees. Let's check Elston Howard's numbers in the replay so far. Elston batting .230, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. Chance into the windup. He comes in there with a 5-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's number 3 for Dean Chance. That'll bring up Downing. Downing, a right-handed batter. Chance's pitch, a 1-3 grounder to second base. Knopp has it. Flipped to Adcock, 2 down. That'll bring up White. White 0 for 1. One 4 right-handed, and he draws the walk. A 2-out walk to White. White with good speed. Let's check the Angels battery now. Chance with a terrible hold, +7. Rogers a -2 arm, but that's still a +5. Roy White will be held on at 18. Exactly, Kenyon. And a good memory, Franklin. Who isn't a big fan of Stan the Man? I saw them mention that on Ken Burns Baseball. 18-15 on the road, 18-15 at home. Here's Richardson with 2 away. White's going to try for that lead, 2 through 8, 11, and 12. He'd be an 18 if he can get it. He's got the lead. There goes White. Rogers throw down to 18. He's stolen it. So that'll put White in scoring position with 2 out. For Roy White, his 7th stolen base of the season. And here's Chance's next pitch to Richardson. That's going to be a 1-7 righty. 2-hopper to short for Ghost. He gloves it, throws him out, and that will do it in the third. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Let me get a little more of my coffee here. Oh, nice, Ben. How was it? My guess is it was pretty damn nice. We go to the fourth inning. Angels leading 3-1. It will be Rogers, Chance, and Pearsall against Gentleman Al Downing. Rogers batting right-handed, 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch from Downing is a 6'10 right-handed. He lofts one the other way into right field. Maris ranging over, makes the catch for the first out. And that'll bring up Chance. Struck out his first time against Downing. Now the windup on the pitch is a 6'6 right-handed, triple to 2. That's a base hit for Dean Chance. Chance helping himself out there with a single. I think that's at least the third 6'6 we've rolled off of Downing. They do bunch like that sometimes. I agree, Kenyon. Definitely what I call a first-tier Hall of Famer. The greatest of the great, in other words. And we've had this discussion before. I'm one of those who thinks that the Hall is too exclusive, but then you've got your tiers within the Hall, right? You've got the no-brainer all-time greats, the second tier, and then the third tier, which would be, say, Veda Pinson, who I'm always lobbying for, right? Here's Pearsall, 2 for 2. Runner at first, 1 down. Downing out of the stretch now. That's a 6'8 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's strikeout number 6 for Downing. Let's check him. 2, 4, 5. Yes, it is. 2 away, and here's Fregosi. Fregosi 1 for 2. The pitch is a 5'8 right-handed. It's a fly ball into center field. Mantle ranging over. He's there. And that'll do it for the Angels in the fourth. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. Still a 3-1 game as we move to the bottom of the fourth. So now I got the heater kicking on. What else is new? Okay, that takes care of that. I do love the Hall of Fame debates, though. Yeah, and of course, we just had 2 new electees here recently. Heart of the order for the Yankees against Chance. Here's Mantle. He struck out his first time against Dean Chance. Chance stares in to get his sign now. The pitch to Mantle is a 1-6 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to center field. Going back is Cardinale on the track, makes the catch. So 1-6 double to 6. Cardinale able to run it down. And Mantle is retired. Here's Pepitone now. Pepitone, of course, tripled and scored in the second inning. For that 10-year period, Allen was probably the best hitter in the game. 64 to 73, 64 to 74, something like that. One thing about Allen is his home parks didn't do him a lot of favors. Here's Chance's pitch to Pepitone. It's a 1-5, grounder down to first base. Adcock has it. Shovels to Chance covering, and there's 2 down. And it's a shame he didn't get in yet when he was alive, for sure. And then poor Parker, I mean, he's very ill. Tresh 0 for 1, batting left-handed. Chance a 6-11 left-handed, fly ball into left field. That's going to be Reichart making the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dean Chance. Just like that, we're through 4 in a 3-1 game. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me on a Sunday here. Sunday games always seem to be a little more low-key for some reason. Not sure why. It's just the way I feel. Maybe because of working back into it after a day away. Heart of the order for California here against Al Downing in the 5th. Reichart will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with a home run in this one. The big blow in the game so far, really. Downing into the windup. That's going to be a 3-10 left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. Leadoff walk to Reichart, not held at 11. No need to hold him on with Downing's fine hold. And here's Adcock. Adcock 0 for 2. Downing out of the stretch. That's a 4-12 right-handed. Fly ball into straightaway center. Mantle going back. He is there to make the catch. 1 down. That'll bring up Malzone. 1 for 2 today. Downing a check of the runner. Now the pitch to Malzone. That's a 4-9 right-handed. Grounder to shortstop. This could be 2. Boyer has it to Richardson. Nice turn to Pepitone. Double play. 6-4-3. Side retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And we're halfway through. 3-1 Angels. Welcome to Joel Horland. Holy cow, shoveling. Ay, ay, ay. That's one thing I try to avoid like the plague, Joel. Right, Thomas, that's true. That certainly didn't stop anybody from ushering in Ty Cobb on the first vote, though, did it? Yeah, I mean, I think it should be your play on the field, frankly. Yankees come to bat in the bottom of the 5th, trailing by 2. Roger Maris will start it off. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time against Dean Chance. Now here's the windup, the pitch to Maris on a 2-6 right-handed. Ground ball towards the middle. Fregosi has it, turns and throws to Adcock, 1 down. That'll bring up Boyer, 0 for 1. Chance gets his sign now. Here's the pitch now on a 6-8 right-handed grounder to shortstop. This one a little slow roller. Fregosi has to charge it on the run, throws him out, 2 away. And here's Elston Howard with 2 down. Struck out in the 3rd. Chance gets the sign from Rogers. The pitch to Howard. It's a 6-7 right-handed grounder to second base X. That's the Gold Glove caliber Knopp 1E17. As he ranges to his left on a 20. He's got it. Throws over to Adcock, side retired. Nice play, Bobby Knopp. He made it look fairly easy. And quietly now, Chance has a one-hitter going through 5 innings. So, trailing by 2, this will probably be Downing's last inning of work as he's due to lead off the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Cardinal, Knopp, and Rogers for California. Cardinal has been on both times today. He walked in the 2nd, doubled in a run in the 3rd. Downing into the windup now. It's going to be a 3-7 left-handed. Cardinal grounds one to shortstop. Boyer has it. Over to Pepitone, 1 down. Here's Knopp. Knopp struck out both times today. Downing with the pitch. 3-7 left-handed. A bounding ball down to third base. Tresh has it. Over to Pepitone, 2 down. And here's Rogers, the catcher, 0 for 2, hitting right-handed against Downing. Downing's pitch, a 4-6. That's going to be a double hard-hit ball to left field. That's over White's head. Rogers rounds and heads for second. White gets it back in, and Rogers holds with a 2-out double. 4-6, double to 8. He rolled to 3. Runner on second, 2 down. The pitcher, Dean Chance, up. Downing's pitch on a 4-7. That's a ground ball down to third base. Tresh has it. Throws across, and their side is retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. What do you guys think will happen to the steroid guys eventually? I think as time passes, they'll all get in. Just my thinking. Who knows what'll happen. The reason I say that is because I believe that the owners were complicit. They knew what was going on. But it was good for the gate, so they turned a blind eye. Okay, with Downing due to start the inning, the Yankees will send up a pinch hitter. Downing's day will end at 6 innings. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits allowed, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Unavailable for this game, Womack. He's pitched work the last 2 games for New York. Mostly right-handers due for the Angels. And they'll be bringing in Jim Bouton. Against Chance. The batter will be Steve Whitaker. Whitaker, a left-handed hitter with some pop. Hasn't played much this season. He's just 0 for 6 with 2 walks. All in the pinch hitting role. Chance ready to go to work here. The pitch to Whitaker. That's going to be a 6-4 left-handed. It's a ground ball to shortstop X. Tough chance for Fregosi. Fregosi, a 2E36. The roll is a 6. He's got it. Strong throw in time. 6-3X. Whitaker is retired. They'll turn the lineup over, and here's Roy White. White 0 for 1 with a walk. Chance to windup and the pitch. We got a 2-5 righty. It's a triple to 4. He just misses it on a 5. Fly ball to right, run down by Pearsall. And there's 2 down. Here's Richardson now. Richardson 0 for 2. Grounded to short twice. Chance into the windup. Pitch to Bobby is a 2-8 right-handed. Little comebacker. Chance knocks it down. Picks it up. Tosses it to Adcock. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chance, who is now retired 10 in a row. So Dean Chance throwing a gem here. It's still anybody's game. And here's Boughton. Boughton's been in 11 games. He's pretty much been the long man out of the Yankee pen in this replay. 11 games, 24 innings of work, no record, and a 3.38 ERA. Rated 3 for relief endurance. At some point in the season, he gets some starts. Not sure when. Angels will have the top of the lineup. Jimmy Pearsall, 2 for 3 on the day, will start us off. Boughton gets the sign from Howard now. Here's the pitch on a 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Pearsall. And here's Jim Fregosi. Fregosi 1 for 3. Boughton gets his sign. Here's the pitch on a 1-9. Little comebacker. Boughton grabs it. Throws to Pepitone, 2 away. And here's Reichart now. 1 for 2 with a home run. Boughton into the windup. The pitch to Rick is a 2-4 right-handed. He lifts one the other way to right. Maris gliding over, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Boughton. We stretch for the 7th with the Angels leading 3-1. Chance throwing a gem here. Let's take a moment and check out the cat. As some of you may have already noticed, I uploaded a video this morning from my trip. Mookie at McWay Falls. I have another one it's being processed. It's a much longer video of an electric boat ride in Morro Bay. I'm going to stretch myself for the 7th and load up my coffee. Well, thank you, Kenyon. Yeah, I do think Tiant should be in. Let me heat this up and I know. And granted, he'd be one of those tier 3 guys, but my thinking is that on a percentage basis, there's far fewer players in the Baseball Hall of Fame on percentage than any of the 4 major sports, the other 3 major sports, football, basketball, and hockey. And I did kind of like the Brian Kenny argument that instead of just focusing on the career numbers, that if a player, for example, is considered the best or one of the best players in the league for a 5 or 6 year period, that's basically a Hall of Famer. Another way to put it is what little Joe Morgan once said. We don't need a vote to tell us who the Hall of Famers are. We know who they are. Hey, and good afternoon, Trent. Just in time for the 7th inning stretch. Got my coffee heated up. Dean Chance ready to go to work. Chance has only allowed one hit in this one, a triple to Pepito, which resulted in a run. And the Yankees will send up the heart of the order here, Mantle, Pepitone, and Tresh. Chance gets his sign now. Here's the pitch to Mickey Mantle. It's going to be a 3-5 right-handed. Mantle strokes a single into right field. The leadoff single for the Mick. 13-18, but with a 12 automatic caught and only a 4 to get the lead. That's a tough one. Joe Pepitone represents the tying run at the plate. Pepitone has 4 home runs on the season. Chance working from the stretch. This is Chance's first inning of potential fatigue, by the way. Like Downing, he's a 7. It's a 4-11 left-handed, a fly ball into left field X. Tough chance for Rick Reichart, a 3-9. Reichart racing to the gap. On a 1, he's not going to get there. That's going to be down for extra bases. Here comes Mantle rounding third. He's headed for home, and Mantle will score on an RBI double by Joe Pepitone. Yeah. Double with 3 asterisks. You don't see that too often, but there it is. Mantle scores to make it a 3-2 game, and now one more hit or walk will fatigue Chance. Tying run in scoring position. Pepitone a pretty good base runner, 1-14. And Tom Tresh, the hitter, that's going to get him scurrying around down in the Angel pen. George Brunette, the right-hander, Clyde Wright, the lefty, in the Angels pen. Yeah, life gets in the way, doesn't it, Trent? I agree, Kenyon. Yes, Curt Schilling. I'd vote for Curt Schilling, absolutely. I would think that the bloody sock would be in, isn't it? Oh, it's got to be. I don't know this for a fact, of course, but I'm thinking it's got to be. That's got to be an exhibit somewhere, I would have to think. Probably have to keep it in a hermetically sealed plastic cube for sanitation purposes, though, right? Here's Tresh now, 0 for 2. Chance trying to get out of this jam now. The pitch to Tresh is a 4-8 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Chance has a little something left. His 4th strikeout of the day. That's the first out of the inning. And Roger Maris will be the hitter. 3-2 game, tying run in scoring position. Chance with the pitch to Maris is a 4-6 ground ball to second base. Knopp to his left has it. Throws to Adcock as Pepitone moves over to third. And welcome, Rick. Yeah, there's probably some personality political with Schilling. Again, I don't think there should be, but I guess that can't help but enter into it. So here's the situation, 3-2 Angels, bottom of the 7th. Pepitone, the tying run at third base, and here's Clete Boyer. Chance 1 hit or walk from fatiguing, trying to stay in the game. His pitch to Boyer. 4-9, he walks him, and he is fatigued. And here comes Rigney. That's going to do it for Chance. Chance pitched a fine game, ran out of gas in the 7th. In 6 2/3 innings, he allowed only 3 hits today. 2 runs so far. He walked a pair and struck out 4. George Brunette coming on. Brunette pitched in this game in real life. Of course, the real life score far different from today's game. That with 3 out of the next 4 batters being right-handed. Why not? Brunette's been in 11 games, 4 of them starts, 7 relief appearances. He's 2-2 with a save and a 3.34 ERA so far. He'll come on here to face Elston Howard with runners at the corners and 2 away. What happened to Chance Franklin? He seemed to be inconsistent. I mean, his peaks were amazing. He must have got injured. He was done by 30, age 30. And his innings workload dropped significantly after 1968. Okay, Brunette ready to go to work now. Howard stands in 0 for 2. Brunette gets the sign. Pitch to Howard is a 4-9. That is a high fly ball to deep. That's a left-handed pitcher. High fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Reichart at the track, at the wall, leaps, and it is gone. 3-run blast, Elston Howard, and the Yankees take the lead. Pepitone scores. Boyer scores. Let's look at it again. 4-9 right-handed, 1-7. Howard weak against righties, but against the lefty Brunette, he has end power. And for Elston Howard, that is his 5th home run of the season. And boy, is it a big one. That makes it 5-3 Yankees. Boughton due up with 2 down. Let's see what they've got. Right-handers primarily in the Angel lineup. They're going to leave Boughton in. He's a 1-week right-handed hitter. 3-2, he pops him up. First base side, Adcock will make the catch, and that will do it. But too little too late as Howard unloads a 3-run bomb off of George Brunette here in the bottom of the 7th. The Yankees tally 4 on 3 hits after 7 innings of play. New York 5, California 3. We can close the book now on Chance. He ends up allowing 4 runs. He actually pitched much better than his line would indicate. Boughton will go out for his 2nd inning of work here. Angels come to bat in the 8th, trailing by 2. It'll be Adcock. We'll see about Malzone, and then Cardinal. Thank you, Thomas. It's there, he says. Okay, so it is there. Have you been, Thomas? It sounds like you have. I tell you, I would love to go. It's just so damn far away. I'm not sure what happened to my entertainment video behind me here. That doesn't concern anybody here, of course. Looks like my picture froze. I'm going to refresh the screen here and make sure that my game picture didn't freeze. So we got that. I don't know why this. You would think that that would be. Okay, that looks pretty good. Adcock 0 for 3 will start things off. Boughton gets the sign. Wait a minute. We got 5-3, 8th inning. We're going to check the Yankee defense. Not something I'm used to doing for obvious reasons. At 9-26, they haven't had a lead late in the game often. Mantle due to hit third in the inning, so he'll stay in. Okay, I've been wanting to do this for some time. Ready for this one? Roy White will come out. Horace Clark will go in his spot and play shortstop. Now, of course, you're thinking, why would I bring in a 4E24 shortstop? Well, okay, hang on. Because Tresh is going to move to left, where he's a 1E6 -1. And Cleet Boyer is going to move to third base, where he's a 1E21. So they'll get a little worse at shortstop, but much better at third base and left field. Mantle will stay in center for now. Oh, was he, Thomas? I did not know that. Is that what cut his career short? Boughton ready to work for Adcock. Joe 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 1-9 right-handed. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Malzone will yield to a pinch hitter here. And the hitter will be Kirkpatrick. Or will it? We might as well just have Shaw hit. He's going to come in and play third anyway. So Paul Shaw will hit for Malzone. He'll take over at third. Shaw on the season, 221. 29 walks, though, among the league leaders in that category. So Shaw good at getting on base. Boughton with the pitch to Shaw on a 1-11. He bangs a base hit into left field. Shaw off the bench with a line drive single to left. And that'll get the tying run to the plate in the form of Jose Cardinal. 1 for 2 with a walk today. And that's going to get Pedro Ramos up in the Yankee pen. Boughton ready to work from the stretch. Pitch the Cardinals a 3-8 ground ball to third base. That's handled there by Boyer. Goes down to Richardson for 1 to Pepitone, not in time. It'll be a 5-4 force. 2 down. And it'll be up to Bobby Knopp. Boughton set now. The pitch to Knopp. 2-4 right-handed. He struck him out. 2 Ks in the inning for Boughton. No runs to hit, 1 left for California. Thank you, Kenyon. I appreciate. Do you have any idea how long I've been wanting to make that move? I don't think I've ever seen such a blatant example of 2 one-fielders playing out of position. And 2 different managers did it, right? Okay, it's Ralph Houck now, but Johnny Keane managed the Yankees for the first 20 games of the season, and he was doing the same thing. Not at the very beginning. If you remember, Amaro was playing short in the very beginning. Bottom of the 8th inning. With 2 switch hitters of the next 3. Brunette will start the inning. Clyde Wright is ready behind him if needed. Oh, nice, Thomas. That's awesome. Here's Horace Clarke to start it off. He came in for defense. Clarke 6 for 18 on the year. It's a .333 average, and 4 of those 6 hits for extra bases. 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Batting right-handed against Brunette. The pitch is a 3-12, and he hits him. Oh my! Brunette drills Horace Clarke. Clarke a star 15. Brunette a 0 hold. Rogers with a fine -2 arm. That makes Clarke a 13. And already trailing by 2, the Angels can't take any chances. They'll have to hold him on at 11. 0 for 3 today, Bobby Richardson. And with nobody out, he's laying it down. He's a B bunter on an 11. He pops it up. Adcock makes the catch. Runner has to hold. So Richardson pops up the bunt. I'm going to make a note of that was on a sack attempt. And the batter will be Mantle. Mantle will turn around and bat right-handed against Brunette. Brunette from the stretch. The pitch to Mantle is a 1-5. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Reichart. He's at the track. He's at the wall. Leaps and makes the catch at the wall. And Mantle is robbed on a 20. Home run 1-17. He almost got that one out of here. That would have blown the game open. As it is, allowed out to left. And the batter will be Pepitone. Brunette ready now. Left on left. The pitch to Pepitone on a 3-3. It's a slow roller to first. Adcock will take it himself. And we're going to the 9th inning. Couple of changes for New York now. Roger Repose will take over in center for Mantle. E3 with a 0 arm. And coming in to pitch the 9th will be Pedro Ramos. the real-life save leader. .13 in real life. He has 3 in the replay. 0-1 with a 5.4 ERA. So Boughton works 2 innings. He gave up just 1 hit. No runs, struck out 3. Five to 3 Yankees. We go to the 9th. Defense has been a problem for the Yankees, but they have their best defense out there now. As Pedro Ramos gets warm, he'll be looking at Rogers, a pinch hitter, and Pearsall, or at least Pearsall's spot. And I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the game. Wow, Thomas, what a shame. A lot of sad stories from the old days, aren't there? Okay, 5 to 3 Yankees, here we go. Rogers 1 for 3 on the day, batting lefty against Ramos. Ramos gets the sign from Elston Howard. Here's the pitch now on a 1-2. Fly ball into right field. Playable for Maris. He's there. There's 1 down. Angels will have a pinch hitter now for Burnett. And that will be Ed Kirkpatrick, who almost came up the last time. Kirkpatrick, just 197 so far. 12 for 61, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Ramos into the windup. The pitch to Kirkpatrick is a 2-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Called strike 3. Kirkpatrick barking at the umpire. Umpire points to Kirkpatrick. Better sit down, Ed. It may be near the end of the game, but I'll still run you. Well, thank you, Jeffrey. That makes me feel good. That's nice to know. Now, if I could find something to tranquilize my anxieties, I'd be all set. Pearsall against a righty. I tell you what, he looks about as good as anything they have on the bench. Let me take I'll look at the decider here. I call it the decider. I'm going to take a closer look at Ramos' card on my computer game. He's slightly better against right-handers. So you could go to the lefty here, which would be Seaburn. That's what they're going to do. It's the last out. Norm Seaburn will bat for Pearsall. So Seaburn, who started the year as the Angels' regular first baseman, he seems to have lost the job, at least for the time being. And you can see why, as he was just 16 for 90, a 178 average. Card obviously better than that. Angels down to their last out. Norm Seaburn facing Pedro Ramos, and here's the pitch. It's a 2-10 right-handed. It's a foul ball behind the plate. Elston Howard going back, throws the mask away, and that's the game. Yankees win it 5 to 3. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. Thank you, Kenyon. Appreciate it. So the Yankees and the Angels split the short 2-game set. Ramos indeed picks up the save for Pedro, his 4th of the season. Downing pitched 6 innings. He left trailing, so Jim Bouton is the winning pitcher. Boy, they sure needed one, didn't they, Jeff? That's Bouton's first decision. He's 1-0. Dean Chance, the hard luck loser, that squares his record at 5-5. Brunette gave up 1 hit in his inning in a third, but it was a big one. A 3-run homer to Elston Howard. Walked none. He did hit a batter. No strikeouts. Ramos worked a 1-2-3 ninth, striking out 1 for the save. So the totals: the Yankees 5 runs on just 4 hits, no errors. The Angels 3 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Player of the game, none other than Elston Howard, with his 3-run home run was the difference in the game. Kenyon agrees with that. Okay, that's cool. Pretty much has to be Howard, doesn't it? The Yankees finally get their 10th win of the season, 10-26 now. Angels drop to 14-23. Looking ahead on the schedule, let's see what we've got. Tomorrow we're going to have the Pittsburgh Pirates at the San Francisco Giants. That'll be the wrap-up game of that series. Don Schwal for Pittsburgh, Bob Shaw for San Francisco. So please join me for that, 1:30 Pacific. In the meantime, I'm going to get out of here. Look at that. I didn't even put the game number in there. What the heck is wrong with me? 3:57. Better late than never. So thanks once again, everybody, for watching. Join me tomorrow, Pirates at Giants. Until then, Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.